Welcome to another episode of Cooking with me, Janet Bari. Today I will show you how to prepare one of my favorite dishes, vodka rigatoni. You use very few ingredients in this recipe. It's simple like my other videos. The success of this dish is using high quality, fresh ingredients. You only need 7 ingredients total. I use unsalted butter, heavy cream. I use premium vodka. I have tried this dish with a vodka that somebody brought that we wouldn't drink, an inexpensive vodka, and it didn't taste as good. Freshly grated cheese. Of course, we talk about a homemade sauce, which is easy to make. It's in another video that I recorded. Freshly grated cheese, and I do like using my own homemade pepper flakes. Of course, you could use store-bought. Okay, so we're getting started. First, we're going to melt 7 tablespoons of butter. You don't want to burn it. And I like using unsalted butter. This recipe goes very fast. When I come home, I put up the pot of water and I get started. We talked about the sauce. Well, you know I like using my own sauce, my own fresh tomatoes that I made. It's in another video. Okay, here we go. 7 tablespoons of butter. Sweet butter. You should have a lid on the side. When cooking with alcohol, it could ignite. We're going to simmer that for 2 minutes. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of pepper flakes. Let that simmer for 2 minutes. Very quick dish. I want to cook that vodka. I love homemade, homegrown pepper flakes. It's a small plant. You can keep it in your windowsill. Dry the peppers out, chop them up, seal them in a jar. Very easy to do. So let that simmer. After 2 minutes, we're going to add 3 cups of my homemade tomato sauce. I just made a video on this. If you don't have homemade sauce, you can go to the local Italian deli and purchase homemade sauce. If you have a favorite jar sauce, use it. But again, I prefer to use my homemade sauce. It's seasoned just right, and that's what makes the dish special. I'm adding 3 cups. All right, there's a little bit left over, so I'm just going to add that in, no big deal. Let that simmer up. We're going to let this simmer. For 5 minutes. We're going to bring it to a low simmer. When you go to catered affairs, this dish is always on the menu because it's so popular. You can make this for large parties. I make it all year long, whether it's in the winter or in the summertime. See how nice that looks? It's been 5 minutes and we're ready. I'm adding a cup of heavy cream. mixing it in. I've made this recipe for parties of 100. And when I do that, again, my sauce is made ahead of time. The day before or days before, I take it out of the freezer. I even make the pasta. I use a high-grade pasta. I make it the day before. The day of the party, we just dip the pasta in boiling water and put it together. I put it in my pans. I never overcrowd my pans. I usually use half trays. So there you go. There's my cream, and last, I turned off the stove. I'm adding a cup of freshly ground Asiago cheese. If you like Parmesan cheese, Lucadelle, whatever you like. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Look, the color's right. So I definitely advise following the recipe as is. Then you can change it if you want to use less butter, less cream, more sauce, less vodka. But I would follow it as is. And look at it, it even looks beautiful. Your fresh spices from the tomato sauce that you made. Look at that, it's beautiful. So we'll be back when we put the dish together. We have company tonight. Now I'm ready to try it. And look at that, it looks delicious. I know it's delicious. It's always perfect, each and every time. It's delicious. Again, make it ahead of time, you can freeze it. For one person, 100 people, just delicious. And ciao ciao, all the best.